I can never quit. Part 3. Another game. I know I've been doing a couple videos, but Israel, I felt like talking. Green. Every time.
It is a hot afternoon on the Strip. Nothing like Las Vegas, Nevada. Welcome and good evening. Semifinal action of this year's in-season tournament comes your way right now. This is Kevin Harlan. With me tonight, Greg Anthony and
If
Richard
you hear
Jefferson.
noise in the background,
And joining us
I don't really live
courtside,
by
reporter
myself.
David
I live in a
Aldridge.
dorm.
And we've made it through the group stage and the quarters. This game is at a neutral site, as both of these teams vie for a chance to win the NBA Cup.
And you can't help but love this type of situation. It's a bit of that Game 7 feeling, right? These teams were great in the tournament thus far, but only one can represent the East.
So let's take a look at the Boston Celtics starting lineup. Kersey is out there with Hughes. Then it's Russell, and it's Madison in at the guard position. Goes up. The fast break ends at the rim with a jam.
Ooh, a forceful finish from the big fella.
Well, with a player for that size, you'd think he'd make the highlight reel more often.
I like
that. Get back right now. Hold on, let me make sure my mic on.
Passion from him. We don't see him jam it that often, but he got angry. I want a little bit more of that.
Indra can't hit.
7.
Now, here is Russell. Defense right on him. Pass to Madison. Passes to Baldwin. Now Kersey. 6 on the shot clock. Here's Russell. Rebound by the Wizards.
That was a good look for him from mid-range, but just couldn't make the defense pay.
Pass to Adebayo. Outside Indra.
Sometimes the controller don't even do what I want.
Knocked loose.
First personal foul.
Lose my ass.
Just over a minute
and a half. Somebody has to get dunked on. It's the ritual. Somebody.
He's now 1 for 2 with that bucket.
And for MP, the big challenge is slowing down a team with a ton of momentum. These guys were on fire in their last game.
And that'll probably only sharpen his focus. He'll know it's going to take a strong effort at both ends of the floor. Here's Indra. We saw him go on a scoring rampage last game.
Boy, he is looking confident. Love how they're using him so far.
Yeah, when he gets engaged this early in the game, it's bad news for the defense. He can roll this start throughout the rest of the game.
Russell with the bucket.
He's gone 1 to 4 to start the game. Looking to step it up.
Here's Indra. It's good. The assist that time from Ball. The Wizards got his 3rd basket of the night.
And there's one aspect of the game LaMelo's not going to ignore, keeping his teammates involved and the offense working as a unit.
See, what a rough quarter for him. Nothing seemingly going his way.
Back to Indra. Hughes with the steal. Now about 3 minutes gone in the first quarter. Kersey passes to Madison. And it's Whitmore with the rebound. The Wizards with the lead. Here's Indra. Takes it inside. And that one is good. The Wizards got 8 points.
Out to a hot start. 4
mix it up with some passes
to begin this ball game.
Here's Russell. The teardrop falls in.
Making the floater look this
I gotta get
smooth is not as easy as it looked. It's a challenging shot.
Here's Indra, and he makes no mistake on the slam dunk.
Oh, here he comes, and there he goes.
Look at him.
That's not a highlighted dunk.
Rim. Nice job capturing the moments on the AT&T 5G Slam Cam. Now, here is Russell. We saw him with 29 points last game. Hughes, the pass to Kersey. It's deflected.
Get shit out of here.
Pass to Whitmore. And again it will go. Basket is good from the Wizard. He's got 12.
Somebody came to play tonight. 6 out of his first 7.
And the pass to Kersey. Pass to Baldwin. And here is Hughes. Kersey with the ball. 5 to shoot. Here's Madison. Off the mark from 16 feet out. Wizards leading by 6. Greg, their offensive approach has been rock solid here.
And they're finding the weak spots in the D and attacking it.
Adebayo passes to the Wizard. That one falls coming off Adebayo's feed. 14 points for the Wizard.
And it just seems that every pass they make is leading to a score. Just great ball movement.
And Ball comes to help. Passes it to Baldwin. His first attempt of the game finds the target.
That was
If they're
on me. That
doubling
was
you,
on me.
then you
True.
know someone is open to shoot. So smart move passing it out.
Right side, Indra. And he finishes it off with a one-handed jam.
And he can do a lot more damage to the rim than that when he wants to.
Oh, you're right. And with the lead they're enjoying, I'm surprised he didn't put a little something extra on that one. So it's the Celtics now. Following the bucket by the Wizards. Russell. He scores the basket. That's field goal number 3 for him.
And those are the kind of nice inside looks they've gotten here in the first half.
Indra with it. Russell's there. Indra gets the bucket.
If you give him an inch of space, he's going to make you pay.
Celtics trail by 8. Here's Madison. Nothing on the board. No good on the triple. Ball feeling it out a bit. Out to the right wing. They double him with Russell. Pass to Whitmore. Launches it. Good for the basket. Starting off 1 for 1 with that shot.
Defensively, giving up far too many open rhythm looks.
Looking at Washington, they took the win in their last game out against the Magic.
Well, it helps when your opponent makes that many mistakes. I thought that was the story of the game.
It definitely made things easier for them. When the other team is just handing you the ball back, you got to make them pay for it.
Here's Indra, and that one is
Of this game, but doing it with a methodical approach.
Yeah, they haven't appeared in a
one of my-
rush at
one of my
all.
friends
They
just
are
came
just
in here.
playing to their strengths and
Got some
building
food
this
for me.
lead out well.
Here's Baldwin. He had 19 points in the win against New York. The pass to Madison. Out to Russell. Looking to end the run.
Oh, sir.
Buries it from three-point range. Russell's got 9.
And that's exactly what he's looking for, draining the triple.
Here's Indra driving to the basket.
Their play on both ends has been superb. We'll see if they can maintain the momentum.
They came out and bum
That
rushed
was
them.
crazy, I'm
Huge
not gonna
difference
lie.
in activity level from both
I
teams tonight.
don't know like they whole team right there. Big cut.
Here's Madison. Covered by Indra. Russell against Ball. Russell with a wide open look. And there are the Celtics with another basket.
And even though they're down, it's not on him. He's been lights out on offense for them this quarter especially. Oh, wow.
Goodness.
Man.
Takes it up with both hands and rips it down.
Displaying intensity right off the opening tip, especially on the offensive end.
They came out swinging, really setting the tone on offense, and the opposition has not been able to respond.
Here's Baldwin. Following the bucket by the Wizards. Wing shot on the way. That one's not going to go.
This is hard to watch. You might want to put the kids to bed. This man still has not hit a shot this quarter.
Whitmore with it. Taking a look at his stats, he's averaging around 7.5 points a game.
Oh, this is the kind of start they were hoping for.
So it's Boston now. They trail by 14. Their last encounter was in Boston.
Well, if they want to avoid the outcome of that first meeting, they'll need to be stronger on the glass. They were completely outmatched in the last one.
And a lot of that begins with effort. Putting in the work and closing out possession should make this a much more contested game.
As hot as he's been this quarter, the game plan is simple, folks. Get him the ball and get out of the way.
Pass to Baldwin. Top of the key, Russell. And here is Hughes. Still without a basket. 6 to shoot. It's Adebayo with the rebound. And so it's Ball with it. He brings it up for Washington. It's a 16-point game. Here's Indra. That one a little long. Boston's gone 1 of 5 from downtown in the first quarter. Points out there have been hard to come by. Here's Hughes. Here's Baldwin. An easy 2 points on the layup.
That's a blue-collar bucket right there. Grown man basket. Put in the work. Got a second chance to score.
Here's Indra. Oh, my goodness. What a play.
Oh, my. Oh, nice there. Getting the reverse. Love that. And the fans got a little bit of a show there.
Guys, that one definitely had a little something extra on it. And now the first timeout called here for Boston.
My fault. I'm using this time out to eat. He brought me my food.
So
let's get it.
Going with almost an entire new group here. And a chance now to see how teams are faring across the league. Here's the latest edition of the Power Rankings. You take a look at the Warriors. They couldn't hold their position this week, but remain in the top 10.
You know, for the Wizards, they've sure made a statement here early on, outpacing some teams that were expected to be better, owning that top spot and defending it with pride.
Now, here is Russell. He's got 11. Passes it to Temple. Nice ball movement by Boston. Kicks it to Russell. Rebound by the Wizards. They come into this one having outplayed the Magic last game.
Well, it's easy to score when you're facing very little resistance. That's why their offense looks so good in that one.
It just seems like the defense wasn't interested. They got away with one.
Ball against White. There's the pick. Back to Indra. And he's fouled pretty hard on that shot, but he's got the chance to take on the scoring breakdown for the Wizards.
Oh, boy, they've been driving deep into that defense early on, and it's paid off. Great penetration from the perimeter so far.
Oh, man, their mid-range jumper also has been on fire. Tough to beat a group of guys shooting with that much confidence.
Avdia, the pass to the Wizards.
Oh,
wow!
That is powerful.
And he jams it with authority.
And how about just floating to the rim?
Really just like the
Boy, when he gets up, I mean, he gets
It's
up.
amazing what you could do.
Now here's White.
2K, bro. You
Hasn't
could really
made
do
one
either,
yet.
bro.
And the call on the shot that sends him to the line. RJ, a guy who will complete. Washington calls timeout. The league's long-distance bombers are setting their sights on the three-point contest this season. Here are some of the early favorites to make up the field.
And I love the way the voting is shaping up, Kevin. We'll have an excellent contest if these are the shooters who are firing away on All-Star Weekend.
And you look at the Wizards.
Just because they
He's
brought it
all
up.
the way up there at number 2 in the voting for the three-point contest. Fans and the media know that he is one of the premier long-distance shooters in the league today.
And Kevin, not to take anything away from the other facets of his game, but let's face it, that three-point shooting is what puts him on a whole nother level.
And as the votes keep pouring in, we'll keep you updated on any changes to that list. It looks like we're going to have quite a group.
Oh, man, you talk about the ultimate marksman's list here, Kevin. Maybe this will be the year somebody gets that perfect score.
They've got Adebayo. LaMelo Ball is out there with the Wizard. Then there's Whitmore, and it's Arnold in at the 4 slot. That's the group on the floor right now for Washington. And now the latest from our reporter, David Aldridge.
Hi, Kevin. Well, the Wizard in the last time out against Orlando was tremendous. He scored an amazing number of points and filled up the stat sheet, coming away from the night with a 5-by-5. The numbers he put up were really impressive, and he's somebody everybody loves watching. Guys, back to you.
Yeah, David, in stretches, he was absolutely dominant. Greg, he'd love to match that performance tonight.
This team needs his contributions. When he's right, he makes winning plays time and time again.
Expect them to go to him early and often. Don't want to let that hot hand go to waste.
And it's White missing.
They've shown some strength in the paint today. Their work on the boards has been impressive.
Here's Indra. Drains it from beyond the arc. The Wizards got 39.
And with the lead, I like the strategy here. Continue to get the ball to guys who can do something with it.
This is when good players really get after it. He can sense that they're reeling, and he's going to put his foot on the pedal.
Well, he wanted to return the favor there for that last 3, but it just wasn't in the cards.
They double him with Russell. Now we know, Richard, you've made your stance on shortening the NBA season very clear. Are you still opposed to the idea?
I am so opposed to it. When you think about Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, Wilt Chamberlain, Bill Russell, you think about the travel that these guys had to do, and they still played 82 games. They weren't sitting in first-class seats. And now, fast forward 40, 50 years, players can't do that, or they want to shorten the game. I'm sorry. Stick with the history.
And there's a whistle, and that goes on Indra. That is his first foul of the game.
Substitution on the court.
Here's Madison. Still yet to score. It's blocked. Pass to Whitmore. Oh, and that one, no question, powered it down.
Well-rounded effort, and they show no signs of letting up.
Yeah, not just an impressive showing on offense, but on defense as well, executing their game plan perfectly.
Here's Madison. He had a 21-point outing in their last game against New York.
And he made a living at the line as well. Got there over and over and did some damage.
Here's Baldwin. Boston again missing.
Boy, you can just see the frustration growing on their faces. Nothing going their way.
In a major drought, need to find some sort of momentum.
Oh, he's putting on a show for these fans.
I can't believe he pulled that one out in the course of an actual game. And Boston has possession after the basket by Washington.
And they may be leaning a little too heavily on the three-pointer when there are better looks to be had inside.
And it's Adebayo in the corner. Pass to Whitmore. Here's Indra, and he dunks it down.
And this offense is in a perfect rhythm, and you can see how they're finishing their plays.
Right about that. Seems like they haven't missed.
Here's Madison after the basket by Washington. Outside Tatum. Off target from three-point range. The Wizard shooting has been out of this world. 74% from the field. Here's Indra, and he elevates for the slam dunk. Jason Tatum did not like that.
This is a
Talk
perfect
about
run. This is an
execution on
example
the
of a
offensive
perfect
end.
run. I just
They're
got that
leaving
back.
nothing
Watch
on the
how I get
table
this
right
other
now.
thingy back.
It's caused them to pull away a bit. Let's see if they can keep the train on the tracks.
Austin with the ball after the basket by Washington. Shot from the wing.
And that's that back.
The rebound by
Let's
Indra.
see some shit.
The
Perfect run.
Wizards got his 5th rebound in this one.
And he's been way off the mark this quarter. It's been ugly.
Now here's Indra. Non-stop scoring machine here. Two points. That one goes.
Man, have they been effective at getting the ball inside.
And here's Tatum. He'll bring it up for Boston. Pass to Whitmore. Back to Indra. Going inside, and that one is stuffed right through.
I'll be honest, he's having a better quarter than a lot of my nights back when I played.
The Wizards making a switch here. Ball's checked in. Celtics also with a sub. Russell's checked in. Here's Kersey, and he goes in for the dunk.
Man, he sure can get off the floor.
He one of the best in the business, absolutely. Here's Indra. Another bucket. Wow!
And he's been dominant here thus far.
Shouldering the offense, GA really taking it to the opposition. Boston shooting a measly 26% in the second quarter. The pass to Madison. Russell looking it over. Pass to Madison. Rebounded by the Wizards. Whitmore's got 5 rebounds tonight.
Just an ugly show from him offensively. Yep, no way to describe it, just ugly, and that hasn't helped.
It's rebounded by Baldwin.
Fantastic defense, giving full effort.
And he drives in. Out of bounds, Celtics ball as Boston keeps possession. Teams the past 10 games. What a stretch it has been for these guys. Number 1, the Wizards.
Yeah, what an impressive run for this club. Everybody seems to be in a rhythm in terms of scoring, and they are putting up some big numbers.
.102 left in the first half. Here's Madison. They know he's going to give him a lift with his scoring. He's averaging 16 points a game. And a lot of contact on that one, so he'll shoot 2 here. It's going to be on Bam Adebayo. The Celtics have shot 3 of 5 at the foul line.
Yeah, in this quarter, they've had the right approach, driving and drawing, initiating contact, create opportunities, get to the line.
Nice D from Russell.
And even though he hasn't been himself, it hasn't affected his team too much. They've still got the lead.
Passes it to Madison. Fires, high post. The rebound by Indra. The Wizards got his 6th rebound on the night. There's 18 seconds left to play here in the half. Pass to Whitmore. Outside ball. To the paint. 4 on the shot clock. Washington needs to get a shot off here. Here's Indra, and they force the shot clock violation. Great D.
I'm trying to get some assists and nobody can score.
And through the first half, a pretty lopsided affair. Wizards out front, running away with this one. And we'll be back with you right after this.
Let's hear it for your arena entertainment.
Hey, I was wondering, after the show, you guys doing anything?
Well, that depends.
Well, I got 3 free tickets to golf and... Now, for a moment, to look at our game, everything, and I mean everything, is falling into place for the Washington Wizards.
You know, there's pushing the pace, and then you see what they're doing. They're going all...
And that's a halftime wrap.
And halftime is come and gone, and the second half of the NBA Cup semifinal is here. And it's Washington's ball. Starting the second half, here's Ime Udoka's foul. We've got Russell. Kersey is out there with Hughes. And it's Baldwin in at the 5. Here's Madison to the inside. Here's Hughes. Now the pass to Kersey. From outside, off the mark.
And on an open look like that, he's very gifted at making the weak coverage pay. Attacking in transition, the most consistent way to generate easy looks.
Yeah, when you hustle on the break like he does, good things tend to happen.
Here's Madison. Here's Russell. Got a piece of it. And that's out of bounds. Boston will retain possession. Here's Baldwin. Outside Russell. Pass to Hughes. Some nice ball movement here by the Celtics. Clock is at 3.
Is it possible to rest too much? Because he hasn't been able to get into a groove since coming back in.
Hughes with the steal. And up the court come the Celtics on the break. Knocks it loose. And that's out of bounds. Boston will retain possession.
A moment to check out Bam Adebayo here. How last month turned out for him, averaging about 4 points, 5 rebounds, and 3 assists. Not bad numbers, but for a player of his talent, you have to think he can do more.
Yeah, there's no doubt he has been inconsistent, which is unusual for him. But when he turns it back around, boy, you better watch out. Finally, a make. It only took 5 attempts in the half.
Pass to Arnold. Now Whitmore, covered by Kersey. Outside ball. And another one.
And this game has his name written all over it.
Greg, he's been phenomenal in offensive onslaught. They've been looking out of sync offensively.
Yeah, their offense has ground to a standstill. The finish was nice, but the setup was better.
Yeah, GA, the pick working to full effect before the stuff.
Yeah, you like the pick to set up the open shot, but when it... Nice finish.
Wow, we are going to remember that one for a while.
I know I will, Greg. That was special. That was really special. Awesome rewind courtesy of the AT&T 5G Slam Cam. Now, here is Russell, covered by Indra. A little under 2.5 minutes gone by here in the third. Pass to Hughes. How's that for an answer? Right back with the dunk.
And he can time his passes so perfectly. Wow, what an assist.
And let's head over to the sideline and catch up with David Aldridge.
Well, Kevin, Jason Tatum said his quiet demeanor may belie his hunger to win for some people. He said, I feel like sometimes I come off so laid back that I don't know if people understand how much I invest into this game, how much I care, how hard I work, because I'm not the loudest or may show everything. Kevin?
Yeah, you know, his passion, DA, for the game is right there, and we appreciate your story. There's Russell with the 3, gets the three-pointer to fall. Russell's got 7
he get
points
the pulling off some miracle shots, but they're not
all
really
that
come back.
matters is the end result.
Because now I'm
Somehow
going to
he
start
sinks
shooting
it.
dudes. Everything very good about it.
Right side, Indra. Tried to come right back with the 3 of his own, but it's no good.
And he got a couple to fall from long distance in the first half, but still looking for that number 3.
They set the pick. Down low, here's Hughes. Uses both hands to slam it down.
That is a perfect placement of that dime. Just guided it right to him.
There's the drive. Indra gets the bucket.
And they're really in a good position here, thanks in part to the way he's been able to score the basketball.
So it's Boston now. Outside, Russell. Here's Madison. Kersey with the screen on ball. Here's Madison. Rebound, Washington. Ball's got his 4th rebound in this one. Lets it go from deep. Indra can't hit. Boston's gone 1 of 3 from downtown since halftime. And stolen by Indra. To the middle. Here's Ball. And Boston with the rebound.
Had enough room to finish, and that's one he'll usually make.
A great 1-2 punch.
Oh,
Beautiful
yeah,
pass and
pass.
nasty jam.
Oh, fellas, that was vicious two-hand monster slam.
Guys, I don't think there was anyone who could have stopped him on that one. This one for 3. Hits it from 3-point range. Ball's got 10 points.
I do gotta
So
trust my
often,
teammates.
LaMelo is the setup man. There, he's on the finishing end.
Outside, Russell. And there's the pass to Kersey. Now, here is Russell. Covered by Indra. Just 5 on the clock. 16 feet away. Russell, no good. And so it's Ball with it. He brings it up for the Washington Wizards. The Wizard passes to Arnold. Outside Indra. And again, Washington with the triple.
Just reliable, guys. He's just always trying to make the right play.
Hughes with the screen on Ball. And the dunk to finish it off. A beauty.
Get him the ball anywhere close to the hoop, that thing is over.
Left side, Indra. Pass to Adebayo. With his first shot attempt, again the Wizards score.
I like watching Adebayo operate inside. He is so efficient down low.
Madison the pass to Baldwin. Here's Russell. And it's blocked. Here's Indra. He takes it in.
Boy, you have to be impressed with the offensive production. They have got it firing on all cylinders.
They've had great execution, and what stands out is that they're just taking what the defense gives them, not forcing anything.
Offensive rebound. Baldwin. Basket good. He's got 6.
He knows his job on the glass, and he does it well, cleaning it up and sending it right back.
Oh, my goodness, the slam. Boom, he jams it straight down.
I don't care how many
That's
niggas
an
guarded me.
old-fashioned rim wrapper.
Just a remarkable jam. These fans' jaws are on the ground right now. Russell inside, covered by Indra. Can't hit from in close. Laid in with a nice touch off the glass. The Wizards got 16 here in the second half.
He has created some terrific opportunities for himself and really made the most of them.
Russell with it. Now defended by Whitmore. Passes it to Kersey. Tries a 3. The rebound by Indra.
Just not much success when it comes to shooting.
Adebayo high post. Again, the Wizards good for 2.
From about the extent of Adebayo's range, just far enough to keep the D honest.
Here's Madison. Baldwin the pass to Kersey. Here's Baldwin. He's guarded by Adebayo. Nice ball movement by Boston. The Celtics need to get a shot off. Again, the miss by the Celtics.
This is the definition of forcing it. He's trying to get himself going, but taking tough shots.
Whoa, look out!
Goodness.
Look out!
Wow, okay, I see you. Operation Feed the Horse. Feed him early and often. And guess what? It's working. They have the lead.
Some tough offensive sets. They want to turn it around.
Yeah, right now you just need a bucket to get some momentum.
Here's Madison. No good. They had a chance to end the run there.
Oof, rough
Wow,
shooting
right
night
back in.
tonight, but you can't fault him for the effort.
Washington's gone into the three-point range 4 times since halftime and buried 2 of them. Adebayo passes to the Wizard. Launches a 3. Rebounded by the Celtics. Baldwin's got his 7th rebound here tonight. Here's Madison. Pass to Hughes. The pass to Madison. Pass to Hughes. His three-pointers off the mark.
Not quite enough defense. That time around, just lucky he was off.
Drives to the hoop. Ball from long range. The rebound by Hughes. Hughes got 6 rebounds here tonight. Russell passes to Madison. Here's Baldwin. Passes it to Madison. Russell from long range. Rebounded by the Wizards.
He is single-handedly dropping the temperature in here with that cold streak.
Yeah, but right now, he's just in his own head. Not much you can do to try and push through it.
And another miss by Boston.
And he has been ice cold from beyond the arc here since halftime, and he continues yet to fire away. He has got to tone it down if he wants to help his team.
Boy, has he put his foot on the pedal here this quarter. He's doing a terrific job in terms of leading their offense.
The Celtics shooting 35% or so in the third quarter. Whatever they're trying is not working. And a missed layup.
And not allowing the shooter even an inch of breathing room on that one.
I'm sure they'll think twice about shooting against him next time.
Don't take your eyes off Bam. When he comes off the floor, he gets up and the slams are just too good to miss.
Tipped away. Oh, and a fast break for the Wizards.
And the definition of teamwork right there on that alley-oop.
And Greg, what about the finish? Bringing it down with some thunder. Yeah. And for the Celtics, they're shooting a low 30% mark from the field. Outside, Russell. Pass to Madison. Back to Russell. Trying to end the drought. Not going to go that time. And here's Ball. He'll bring it up for the Washington Wizards. He had a nice open look right there.
And you know what? This guy is just a natural-born scorer.
Now, here is Russell. Guarded closely. Baldwin the pass to Madison. Shoots over Ball. No good on the shot. A bit long that time.
Oh, wow. He's yet to score this quarter. And it's not for a lack of trying. They just need him to make something.
And guys, that's not as easy as he made it look. You've got to have some skills to pull that off.
Well, he's got plenty of those, that's for sure. 3 seconds separate the shot clock and game clock. There's the pass to Russell. We've got 13 seconds left in the third quarter. Doesn't go that time. Here's the teardrop. And no problem from Indra as he finishes at the rim.
The floater is so tough to defend against. Nothing defenders can really do but shake their heads.
And so it's the Washington Wizards with a huge lead at the break.
This nigga is literally going to be the greatest of all time when it's all said and done, because this shit can never be replicated. Honestly, could never.
Let's take now this moment to bring up our State Farm assist of the game.
Yeah, and I like the fact we get to see this pass one more time. A magnificent feed, and you love to see your off guard taking over the playmaking duties with this much skill.
Not just playing selflessly, but also making a smart decision with the ball.
Final quarter. It's the Cup semifinal. One of these teams so close to getting into that championship game. They've got Jones. He's out there with Avdia, and it's Puffkin in at the 1. That's the group on the floor right now for Washington. And Greg, when things go crazy, coaches are often the first to go. But how often does that improve things?
Sometimes it goes the opposite direction, Kevin. But the simple fact is it's usually easier to change the coach than it is to turn over the roster.
You cannot play worse offensively, although he's trying, and he hasn't made one shot yet. I feel for him.
Indra, and there's the slam dunk to finish it off.
Yet another bucket in close. That's how he's earning his points today.
Boston's gotten off to an 0 for 2 start from downtown here in the fourth quarter. Steps back. Russell kicks to Tatum. Back to Temple. Pass to Tatum. There's Russell with the three. Avdia with the rebound. Avdia's got his 5th rebound in this one. And the Wizards hit again from deep.
Three-pointers are killing them at this point, and they haven't been able to respond at the other end.
They could use a big shot here to get this offense going.
Too many empty possessions. Right now, they need a basket.
And stolen by Indra. Dishes it to Avdia. Back to Indra. Nice ball movement by Washington. Good on the triple. Buffkin's got himself going with the triple, his first basket of the game. In a moment here to take a look at some hustle stats for the Wizards.
They've been defending with excellent anticipation all game long. Just look at how many times they've managed to get their hands on the ball.
And another thing, guys, they dominated on fast breaks tonight, outrunning their opponent.
I'm not gonna lie. I'll be back. It's ready to be a long pause. All right, I'm back. Sorry for the wait. Let's get it.
Entire game. No question he got bumped on that shot.
All right, Richard, with the game on the line. Washington calls timeout.
Timeout on the floor. Wizards timeout. Let's give it up one more time for your Wizards dancer. It's time to make some noise.
Outside Indra. From downtown. And good, he hits it again. That's 91, an incredible feat.
This is just flat out insane.
Here's Kersey. Second shot opportunity. Lays it up and banks it in.
Yeah, coach's pet peeve there. No box out.
Oh, yeah, you think you got to stop, and it's wasted because of sloppy work on the glass. You literally practice that every day.
Indra, and it's thrown down hard with both hands.
That is not possible. What we just, is that possible?
I think it is, Greg. Not probable, but like possible, like you said. Here's Madison. Passes it to Baldwin. Here is Kersey, covered by Indra. Just 5 to shoot. Puts up a 3. The putback, great positioning on the putback.
And folks, he did not luck into that one. He knew just where he wanted to be to grab that backboard.
Goes up the baseline. Out of bounds, Boston takes possession. And now look at Boston's upcoming schedule. On Tuesday, they'll go back home and they'll be hosting the Detroit Pistons.
And for their matchup with the Magic, it's going to be a bit of a measuring stick for them. See just how they stack up with a team that most would feel has the edge.
Here's Madison. Pass to Russell. Fires from deep. Trains the three-pointer. Russell's got 5 points in the quarter.
And now with 2 3-pointers in each half, he's really doing his all to help his team out from deep.
Good on the three-point shot.
Well, and this has been their strategy throughout the fourth period. We'll see how it pans out.
I think when you've got it going from three-point range, you got to keep it going. It's a good way to kind of pile up the points quickly.
And the Celtics hit again from deep.
Ooh, that's his third 3 of the half after putting up a pair before halftime. Fantastic shooting display from him.
Here's Indra. Out of bounds, Boston takes possession.
No clue where that pass was going. That is a brutal turnover.
The Celtics have gone 7 of 15 from the floor here in the fourth, right around 46-47%. Here's Madison. Rebound by the Wizards. The Wizards got rebound number 12 here already in the game. And the layup falls.
And man, is he in a zone right now. Seems like he can't miss.
Russell inside, covered by Indra. And another basket for Boston.
He's doing everything he can. If they want to win, others have to step up and provide some scoring.
Goes up on the wing, and it's Madison with the rebound. Boston shooting about 47% here in the fourth. Here's Hughes, and he jams it after taking the nice feed on the run.
You gotta love his hustle, leaving the defense no time to react.
And all of a sudden, that man was just on the other end. Wow.
And how about that? Snuck in off the baseline and then the sensational reverse.
Yeah, how pretty was that? Athletic basketball with a little bit of flair mixed in. Outside Russell from the arc. And the Celtics hit again from deep.
Yeah, the D with very little pressure on their perimeter shooters. 3 of the last 5 baskets they've allowed have been from beyond.
Left side, Indra. Rebound, Boston. Baldwin's got 10 rebounds here tonight. So active. Here's Russell. Buries it down low. Russell's got 36.
He's doing everything he can. If they want to win, others have to step up and provide some scoring.
Indra can't hit. Boston's gone over and over to the three-point shot in the fourth quarter. 4 of 9. Here's Madison. Uncovered. The rebound by Indra. The Wizards got rebound number 13 with that last one. And that one clearly a foul. Gets the whistle and 2 shots coming up. So around the NBA, Richard, we've seen an uptick in injuries. More missed games. Why do you think that is?
Well, call me old, but guys used to play through those minor aches. You said it, Kevin. I've played 82 games 4 times in my career. I've played 78 or more 7 times in my career. End of the day, you're not healthy for all of those games. It's about making that decision to push through and go play.
Outside, Russell. Shot clock at 6. Alvarez pulls it in.
And close to making the defense pay for the lax coverage that time.
And he's done the job here all day. Just continues to grab rebounds. What a game for him.
And they double up Russell. Baldwin the pass to Kersey. And it is flushed down with a nice jam.
An incredible reverse throwdown. Excellent body control.
And guys, I'd even go as far to say that was a punctuation dunk. Indra gets the bucket.
As they set their sights on locking up the win, he has to do everything in his power to make this happen.
Here's Madison. Outside, Russell fires for 3. Gets it to go from beyond the arc. Russell's got 39.
And after that slow start, finally looks like he's finding his touch from beyond.
Here's Indra. He got it again. Sensational.
And he's been dominant here thus far.
Shouldering the offense, GA, really taking it to the opposition. The Celtics shooting has been just great in the 4th quarter, 54%. There's Russell with the 3. Rebound, Washington. Indra up top. He's guarded by Russell. And again.
And this game has his name written all over it.
Greg, he's been phenomenal in offensive onslaught. Over to the wing from about 19 feet. Bofkin with the rebound.
The right thing there to stay that tight on him and really try to keep him out of his comfort zone.
Indra, no good from outside. And it's the Celtics ball.
Yes, and with this one winding down, it's obvious to everyone who watched it. Just a total mismatch and a true show of strength for the Wizards.
You don't see this kind of a blowout often, but tonight this is a quality win across the board to deliver out this kind of punishment.
They definitely never changed the approach. They just kept after it and showed they were clearly the better team in just about every single category.
And I think a great job in positioning themselves for the W here. It's win number 21 on the season. And what a tremendous standout performance it was for the Wizard.
And he was doing everything out there on the floor tonight. Triple-double on the stat sheet, and that doesn't even tell the whole story.
The way, Greg, they're sharing the ball tonight, mesmerizing.
Everyone's getting to touch it, and everyone's contributing.
Yep, that one goes in there.
Saw the opportunity to put this away and did not turn it down.
And that score probably slams the door for any would-be comebacks. And look, they put this one to bed.
About 7 seconds separating the shot and game clocks. The dish to Jones. And Washington again with the bucket.
They made the most of their opportunities, looking comfortable and locked in throughout the night.
You have to love their effort. This game wasn't handed to them. They took it.
Here's Madison. And so it's Washington easily grabbing this one. And